All right. Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Like you all see, my name is Machix, and this evening I want to talk on the issue, on the title, in a time like this in Biafra Restoration, in a time like this in Biafra Restoration. In a time like this in Biafra Restoration, what are you doing? This is the question. What are you doing in the sense that we are in a critical time when we find out that we are like men and women without guardian, when we are like people without like when we are like sheep without shepherd. In a time like this, when the general, the people's general, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu is dead. In a time like this, when our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kano the Great is caged in DSS dungeon. In a time like this, when our enemy, our arch enemy, the Britain, put their hands among us and bring out another Nnamdi Azikiwe to champion the cause that kept us where we are today. In a time like this, where P2B is the 2023 Nnamdi Azikiwe, where P2B have become the willing tool for our enemies against our people. In a time like this, where the governors that are supposed to be in charge of the land, listening to the people, doing the bids of the people, are all against their people. In a time like this, where evil is celebrated, what are you doing? In a time like this, where all the forces of this earth are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that we do not have our freedom. What are you doing? In a time like this, when you see the governments of the world are silent on the atrocities happening in Nigeria, but as long as the people or the government will have a way to pin it on those agitating for freedom, they begin to talk about it. In a time like this, where we are like people without shepherd, in a time like this, where we are on our own, what are you doing? With your wisdom, with your school, with your education, with your connections, with your influence, with your resources, what are you doing? Do you think that The government of UK loved you. You think they care about you? Do you think that US care about you? At this point in time, if we don't see anything to give us a clue, we should use the Ukraine and the Russia as a guideline, as an example to know what we are actually doing in a time like this, where Russia says that they are trying to protect their boundary, they are trying to protect their people. And Ukraine as well says they are trying to protect their people, that Russia shouldn't have a word or shouldn't have a say on how they be or what they be. And then the worlds are all against Russia. In a time like this, you see freedom is something that has a price. What are you doing to free your people? What are you doing to free your people? Did you just fold your arms and wait for freedom to come, or do you just you just wait because our leader says that you will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra? So because of that, go ahead and sleep. So you woke up one day in Biafra. You know the coward? What kind of human are you? In a time like this, that our leader has been subjected under every inhuman treatment that you can ever think of, yet he keep his faith strong and high. In a time like this, when the DOL, the Director of State, that's supposed to be working hand in hand with our leader, Mazen Namdi Kano, are the one that give him out. Because you can't tell me that you don't know that they give him out up until now. If you want to know if they give him out or did not, or they did not, go back to 2021. Go back to June 2021. Go and listen to the various broadcasts that happened then. At least from June, July, August, and September. Try and listen to them. Now go back to December 2022 and listen to them again. And tell me what you find out. The difference between you, a human being, and animal is the ability to reason. If you don't have the ability to reason, then you have no reason being a human. If you can't reason, you're not different from animal. In a time like this, that those that are supposed to be championing this struggle are neutral at the very point that we needed them most. What are you doing? You think everybody's a fool? No. In a time like this, where the Nigerian state will be sponsoring every manner of terrorism against the people, nobody will speak. But at the moment they have a means to target on our people, everybody will start speaking. In a time like this, what are you doing? Do you think when they succeeded in what they are planning that you are free or you are safe? Do you think that it's all about play, all about joke? Do you think it is just cock and bull stories? In a time like this, what are you doing? This is the question. I want you to ask yourself this question. I don't know when you're going to listen to this, but I want you to ask yourself this question. In a time like this, in Biafra Restoration, what are you doing? What are you doing? We are on autopilot, I must assure you. Our leader is in cage. We only have a spokesman. What are you doing? What is your responsibility? Are you part of those people that when they do not see their parents at home, they start misbehaving? Or are you part of those that if their parents is not at home, they try to put the house in order? What are you doing? What kind of elder are you that you cannot use your old age to ascertain what's going on? What kind of elder are you that just because of money, just because of money, you sell your people out? Today, a lot of them are clamoring for P2B. Let me ask you a question. After this election and P2B did not win, what are you going to do? Who are you going to blame? And if he wins and Obi couldn't do shit, he couldn't do anything, who are you going to blame? Even you that is thinking that he will win, I want to ask you a question. How do you intend to go to a strong man's house and take away what he has in his mouth and go back home safe? How do you think that's possible? Before you are able to do that, you first of all have to cage the strong man. You first of all have to put that strong man in a state that he don't know where he is, don't know what he's doing. Just like you must first of all inject the strong man that he becomes incapacitated. Only at that point you can do whatever you want to do and get away with it. But then, as long as he's alive, you didn't get away with it. It will come back for you. So, how do you think that you can actually, after 60 years, and then you want to use your uprightness and go to Nigerian election that you know that they are not even, the devil is even afraid of what they could do. You want to go there and make a change. How do you reason? I thought they said that light and darkness has nothing in common. How do you intend to do it? In conclusion, whatever you are doing with your life, bear it in mind that if it did not affect you directly, it will affect you indirectly. And bear it in mind that the next generation are coming. What are you going to do for them? As for me, I am for peace. I am for development. I am for what is right. If you hold what is mine, I will come for you. I won't look for your trouble, but don't look for my trouble. You see, Nigeria of today is an enemy. He has been an enemy. We are only trying to see how we can manage it. But for being an enemy, has always been an enemy. But let me tell you something. 2023, 2023, 2023. Here we are, and know what you are doing. To be for war is to be for armed. If you want peace, prepare for war. That's the only way to get peace. When your enemies see how prepared you are, some enemies will try to test your patience before they will be able to calm down. But some enemies will see how prepared you are, they will give up. But if you are looking for peace and you are begging on your knees for peace, you will forever be a slave. I leave you with this word. In a time like this, in Biafran Restoration, what are you doing? Thank you so much. Till we come your way next time.